December 26th, Russell of Hotels going live to do that on air with Russell of Hotels show. You know that live hospitality talk show. Everybody's talking about it. Hope you guys are well. I know I'm a little late. Oh my goodness, and I've already messed up something already. I already made a mistake. I already dropped something. But anyway, no. I know I'm a little late. I normally do this at 1 o'clock PST, but I wanted to see, maybe I'll get more people, that may come on live at 2 o'clock. So I said, you know what, let me just adjust the time a little bit. It's okay. It's my show, right? So I can adjust it anytime I want, right? So I just want, and this is the holiday, okay? This is still we're still, enjoying the holiday kind of thing. So kind of like holiday scheduling, things just come on whenever they come on. So, but anyway, I'm live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and IG. At least that's what I'm supposed to be. Now, I have not seen anyone from IG come on, so I'm not even sure if I'm live on IG or not. But at least that's what I signed up for. Okay, so as at least five platforms I sign up for, but I think I know I do consistently at four. So, but anyway, let me just make sure I am live on LinkedIn because that's one of the primary ones, right? So this is my little monologue first. I'll go in and do the intro and then come back and start the show. But this is kind of like that monologue, like to say, hey, how you doing? Make sure I have everything on and adjusted. So right now I just put my comments on. So feel free to, if you have comments or whatever, you can feel free to do that. Let me just make sure, like I said, I am live on LinkedIn because that is one of my main platforms that I do broadcast to. I just want to make sure that, oh, there you go. Just like that, I'm there. So, but yeah, so this is show number 234. Okay, I know you guys didn't think I was going to be doing it because it's the holidays. He probably won't do it. No, it doesn't matter. Holidays, well, I'm not going to do a Christmas Day or New Year's Day, but the day like before, the day after, definitely I'll do it. I have a couple of things. I normally have an agenda. This is on air with Russell of Hotels, which is that live hospitality talk show. So we talk about, the good, the bad, the ugly of the hospitality industry, specifically hotels. There's more good than bad. So, don't get me wrong, but there's a couple of things that are going on as far as new trends coming up for 2024. I just wanted to touch on. And you're like, what am I going to be doing for 2024? I don't know, but no, I do know, but I'll share some things with you as well. And then, of course, the regular course of the show. So today's show probably will not last an hour. Normally it does go about an hour, but today we're gonna breeze through it. Okay, so I'm gonna put you guys on hold for a second so you can gather yourself and you can get your comments together, all that kind of stuff, and then I am going to pause and do the intro, and then I'll come back and start the show. Is that good? That sound good for you guys? Okay, so give me a second here to make sure I can cue this thing up. So we're gonna put me on hold and hit two buttons, and that should do it. Okay, so there we go. Thanks.
Welcome to On Air with Russell of Hotels, where we talk about everything hospitality, from hotels to influencers and everything in between. We will feature guest interviews with hospitality professionals who will share their experiences. Your host, Russell Edmond, has spent over 25 years in the hospitality industry, beginning his career with Marriott International in hotel operations before moving into the sales arena and becoming a relationship-building director of sales and marketing. Russell then went to the other side as a hospitality entrepreneur. He now consults in the hotel and meeting space, which includes being the CEO of Russell of Hotels Group. Did I mention he was a veggie foodie? Yes. Russell is always looking for good non-meat eats. Please welcome your host, Russell Edmond.
Hey, thank you again for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show. Everybody's been talking about it, right? So today is show number 234, and today is Tuesday, December 26th, 2023. Just a couple of days left until the new year is here. I hope you guys are excited. You know what? I am. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys had a great Christmas, right? So I know people, they had parties. We had a get together on, what day was that? That was Sunday, so a little gumbo feast, little gumbo thing going on. So that was fun. It's always good to get family together and friends and things like that. People you haven't seen maybe since last year, kind of thing. So it was good. So it was all good. It was all good. So some people weren't able to make, like Marsha. My sister wasn't able to come. She was out of town. My brother had to work. But there's people that still came through. I had cousins and family that came through, and it's always, like I said, always good to see people, friends that are family now. You see them so much, they become family. You know what I mean? So you sometimes you don't even know the difference between who's a friend and who's a family, right? Because there's people that just come in your life, they're just there, right? So, but yeah, so they do just as much as family, if not more. So there you go. So it's a seamless thing, right? But no, it's always good to see people, and because you don't do that all the time, right? Holidays come once a year, so even if you don't, really celebrate the holidays and things like that, but you do celebrate people, right? You celebrate getting together with people and friendships and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a way to do that as well, right? So even if you don't, really necessarily celebrate some of the holidays and things like that, but you can celebrate, people getting together and eating and maybe having a couple of drinks and stuff like that. You know what? I found out. Well, actually, my daughter did. Speaking of drinks, right? Bailey's. I've always been a Bailey's, fan. Like, the liqueur, Bailey's. But I stopped drinking it because it has cream in it, right? So, dairy. Well, they have an almond milk. She told me, she goes, they have a almond milk Bailey's. I'm like, they do? Well, she bought it, and oh my God, I think I almost drank the whole bottle myself, right? So, but yeah, a lot of people didn't know they have an almond milk Bailey. So check that out if you don't, drink milk, or maybe you'd want to, watch, your milk or milk fat consumption. You know what? Check out Bailey's almond milk. I still have a little bit. I have like a little bit left in the bottle, but I think I'm gonna finish that right after this thing. So now that I'm thinking about it, now I want the rest of it. So, but yeah, I didn't know that, right? I don't keep up on the latest trends on Bailey, but yeah, now I know, and now I will. So, but no, thank you guys so much for people that came through, people that you know dropped off gifts and stuff like that. I got Grey Goose and some tequila. I mean, I got all kind of stuff. So anyway, not that I might drink it, but at least I have it for other people to drink if that's what they want to do. Okay, so real quick, so we're gonna get into the show. So I can't start without thanking our sponsor, Level Hotels Downtown LA. They're on South Olive. StayingLevel.com is their website. So if you're staying in LA and you want to be downtown specifically, Level Hotel, StayingLevel.com is the website. Use their promo code ROH23. That stands for Russell of Hotels 23. You know what? I got to follow up with them. Maybe they want to change it to ROH24 since we're going to go into 24, right? Well, we'll find out. Okay, so we're going to find out, and of course, I'll let you guys know. But make sure if you're staying downtown, you need to be downtown, like near Crypto Arena, near Microsoft Theater, near the Convention Center, near LA Live. This is the place to stay, right? Stay here and Uber to all these places, or walk if they're, in close proximity to where you need to be. And the good thing about these places or Level is that they are 700 square feet. Okay, 700 square feet. So your typical hotel room, the typical size of a hotel room is 300 to 350 square feet. These start off at 700 square feet for a one bedroom. So they have 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. So they go from 700 square feet all the way up to, I'm going to say 14,000 square feet for a penthouse suite that they have. So I don't know who the heck uses that, but somebody does, right? They wouldn't have it if they didn't use it, right? But yeah, so you'll get the rate that I would get. No, it won't be free, okay, but you will definitely get the rate that I would get. So, and that's one of our sponsors. So hopefully we have them next year as well. I think we will. So, but I see Brenda Mack. That's my cousin. She says, "Say what, cuz? I'm Bailey's Milk." Some people you just know what they gonna you just know they're gonna make a comment on that one, right? So I'll put that on the screen right there. Yeah. So yeah, Bailey's has almond. They have an almond milk Bailey's. It's taste the same. The consistency is the same. It's just how it's a little thick. It's just like that. It's exactly the same, right? It's just almond milk. If you like almond milk, and of course, there's some sweetener or sugar in there, so it gives you the same creamy taste as the regular or the original, right? But yeah, check it out. Definitely. Yeah, you heard that right. So no, hey, I don't mess around with that stuff. When it comes to that stuff, I don't mess around. So, and Brenda Mack, she is on Facebook. So thank you for the Facebook people. Appreciate you. So yeah, so if you're on any of these platforms, just say hey or something, so that way I know, excuse me, that you're definitely there. And just like Brenda, I put your comments on the screen. I will make a comment about you or like thank you or something, that I know you, just so people, know that I know you. But even if I don't know you, I'm gonna say something nice. So don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not here to be mean to people or anything like that. So that's not what it's all about. It's called, it's a live hospitality talk show. So I got to show some hospitality. So, and that's what I try to do. So anyway, but let's move on. Let's move on. But if you guys have comments, feel free to jump in and I'll make sure I do address them. So, hotel trends 2024. So there was like a list of 10. I say, you know what, I'm gonna narrow it down to 5 because I want this. It don't have to be long and drawn out. People still on vacation, so I want to make sure people still having fun and don't look at it as being work, right? This is more entertainment, right? So just listen to me or watch me just for entertainment purposes, right? Like say, oh, that Russell, oh, he's so funny, or he's this, he's that. Oh, he had the hotel trends and it wasn't serious at all. You know what I mean? It wasn't work. It looks like fun what he's doing. That's what I want to hear. That's the stuff I want to hear. So a couple different trends, and of course I have them on the next screen. Boom. Green initiatives, more non-meat eat options on menus. What? Okay, so these are trends. These are top 5 trends that I came up with, okay, going into 2024. Okay, so we'll just take one at a time. Okay, I don't want to get, ahead of the game here, right? So green initiatives will continue to take center stage, like sustainability, like energy, water conservation, recycling. People are looking for that stuff. A lot of companies who are big into green initiatives, they will look at hotels and they won't book that hotel if they don't have certain things in place, right? If they don't have certain programs or certain initiatives in place, they won't stay at the hotel because their company believes in it so much that they're doing things at the company. So they expect that, for their vendors as well, or hotels in this case, right? So make sure, well, a lot of us can't control that stuff. That's more of maybe a corporate thing or, your home office, or maybe, if it's an independent property, depending on how strong your general manager is, if this is something, he or she will put in place, that would be a good thing. But these are things that you should look at. There's a lot of convention centers that are LEED certified, which means they've gone through, they've been evaluated and tested and all those kind of things in order for them to be green, right? So in order to be LEED certified, you have to go through some process to do that, to be certified to call yourself that. So some hotels are doing the same thing, but you need to do something these days, right? So if that's water conservation, I always use that example of the one hotel in LA, it's actually in West Hollywood, where I did a site tour there and I was looking in the bathroom. They showed me the bathroom. And I was like, oh, what is that? Like an hourglass, or is it called an hourglass? The hourglass has a sand, like sands in the hourglass. So are the days of our lives. Remember that, right? You guys remember that? Probably not. But anyway, there's an hourglass in the shower. You turn it and the sand goes down, right? It runs out. It's 5 minutes, okay? So they put it in the shower because they want you to take 5-minute showers, right? So when I saw that, I'm like, I've never seen that before anywhere. right? So they're on it, right? The One Hotel, West Hollywood, they have them in all their showers, right? Because they want water conservation. They want you to limit your showers to 5 minutes. So how else to do that? And it's a little wooden thing. It's private. It's not expensive at all. It's not like it was digital. No, it's an actual hourglass made of wood. I think it's made of driftwood, like repurposed driftwood. I mean, they thought of everything, right? So I thought that was the coolest thing, and I talked about it like 10 times this year because of that. So those are green initiatives. Some hotels or buildings are taking this serious. Some of them just offer lip service. But believe me, moving forward, there's a lot of companies that look for that. So just be on the lookout for that. So that's becoming more and more prevalent, if you will. Okay. So the next one, more non-meat eat options on menus. Okay. So actually, this said more vegan options, but you guys know I'm all about the non-meat eat. So anything I post that has to do with food on my social media platforms, it'll say hashtag non-meat eats because you guys know I don't eat meat. I have a vegan diet or vegan lifestyle. Well, a vegan diet. I mean, I was about to say a vegan lifestyle. I don't have a vegan lifestyle. I do have a vegan diet, right? I see Chris Black. What's up, cousin? What's going on? Cousin Chris is out there in Vegas, I believe. Yeah, let me put your comment on here. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you coming on. Yeah, I appreciate the comments too. So Merry Christmas to you. And like I said, people that come on and make a comment, I'm gonna put your stuff on the screen, right? Providing it ain't out there, okay? So some people put some stuff out there that I ain't gonna put on the screen, okay? But but Chris Black stuff, yeah, I'm gonna put it up there. So there you go. So thank you so much. No, Merry Christmas to you as well, cousin. Appreciate the love and support. See, that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate the love and support of people that come on. Even just to say, they just said, hey, Merry Christmas, or hey, yes, sir, get it, cousin, whatever. I don't care. I'm going to say something, okay? I'm going to acknowledge them. So, but anyway, but no, thank you so much. So, okay, getting back to what I was saying. See, so I'm easily sidetracked, right? You can see that, right? So, but more non-meat options on menus. These are new trends. These are trends that I'm talking about, trends for 2024. So yeah, so more options, and you've been seeing it like, more vegetables, on or more beans, legumes. People getting more creative with pasta. They're using like spaghetti pasta opposed to your regular pasta. Spaghetti squash. Excuse me, spaghetti squash in lieu of pasta, like pasta that you make. No, they're using like spaghetti squash. I do it myself, right? So a lot of menus are getting creative. The chefs are being asked, "Hey, do you know vegan options? Are you all about the non-meat eats?" They want them to be creative. Have you seen like I was having this conversation with someone the other day, someone that happens to work in a restaurant, and I'm like, well, what things do you have that are different? Like, well, we don't have a lot of things on there. I said, do you have like cauliflower wings? Because that's popular, right? Dip them in some damn barbecue sauce or buffalo sauce and fry them up and serve them like that. People go crazy for those. And the thing of it is that people don't realize people will pay the price. They don't care. They'll pay it. If it's like $20 for the cauliflower wings, they will pay it. They don't care. So offer that stuff because it's just more money for you. I mean, whatever you charge. But restaurants that don't have, especially here in LA, if I go to a restaurant that doesn't have at the very minimum that, I'm out of here. Okay, because I can't eat anything else. So, but anyway. so so look for more items on menus that are all about the non-meat eats. Okay, so if you haven't seen it yet, you definitely will. I've seen a lot more, and I've been traveling. This year I did probably about 15 trips, and you'll be amazed that Impossible Burgers are everywhere now, right? So they don't just have them on the West Coast; they got them in the South, they got them on the East Coast. So all these things are popping up. People are being creative about how they prepare food, right? So they're hiring chefs or executive chefs that have that experience, right? Because it's easy to do what everybody else is doing. Let me just throw it out there. It's easy to do what everyone else is doing when it comes to preparing food. It takes a little time to plan out this and that, but your purveyors have vegetables. They damn sure have cauliflower. Okay, so at the very minimum, I'm expecting that. All right, but we can be creative. Oyster mushrooms. Who knew that oyster mushrooms, fry them up like chicken, taste darn near like chicken? Who knew that? I don't know, but anyway. But yeah, thank God for people that are being creative. You guys ever had lion's mane mushrooms? They have a consistency of meat, okay? And I know this because, of course, I'm all in this, right? I'm all in there. I'm in 100%, right? So not that I'm not trying to push things on people. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that restaurants going into 2024, those are the options that they're starting. They're starting to redo their menus. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. Okay, so let's move on from there because I'm about to get hungry. And people about to like, well, he spent a whole. I'm sorry, what did I just do? What did I just do? I'm sorry about that. They said he spent a whole hour talking about food. I don't know why I keep doing that. I hope you guys can't see what I'm doing. Maybe you can. Hope you can't. So I'm trying to X out of that. Okay, let me X out of that. Okay, so contactless tech will be the norm. Okay, so Chris just made some comments. Let me just throw it. He got some eyes looking. He's like looking intently at what I'm saying. Yeah, oh yeah, those things are true, Chris. And he said, sounds good. Yeah, that what? I just report the facts, man. I just report the facts. You guys, if you go to restaurants, like I said, and you start looking at, different options, like Chinese food. I mean, Chinese food, like Asian cuisine. Asian cuisine is easy for me to find something to eat because they serve a lot of vegetables. That's why I've always loved Chinese food anyway. And most Asian food I've always loved because they always had vegetables. So when I became a vegan diet or non-meat eats, it was easy just to gravitate more to those restaurants because they already had vegetables and they had they have their own spices and things like that. So oh my God, Thai food, Chinese food, sushi. There's vegan sushi places out there that they have to be creative about how they prepare this stuff. And the stuff, I was at one place years ago when I first started being a vegetarian and a vegan. Someone said, "What is the food that you miss the most?" I said, "Spicy tuna, like a spicy tuna roll, cut roll." Why did they come up with a vegan sushi, okay, that has spicy tuna that tastes just like the regular one? Okay, so Vegan Castle in Long Beach. Okay, so if you want to try me out, if you want to test me, what I'm talking about, go to Vegan Castle in Long Beach. The LBC is a vegan sushi place. Okay, popular, line out the door. Check it out. Okay, follow them on Instagram. There you go. So I'm just giving people just all kind of stuff. Okay, but anyway. Okay, contactless tech will be the norm. Did I say that already? Contactless tech will be the norm. Let me get my notes. See, I'm here talking so much. I didn't realize I had notes that I can read from. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Please forgive me. Contactless. Okay. The global pandemic shifted the adoption of contactless technology into hyperdrive, while consumers were more than ready to ditch the health and safety protocols. You will pry digital and contactless technology out of their cold, dead hands. Okay, all right, enough of that. With the contactless reality and the uncertainty of the future, we know for sure we can. That's not even what I'm trying to read. What is that stuff I'm reading? I'm putting two things together. I'm sorry. So bottom line, contactless service. Okay, so let's say contactless payment. You know how we're not exchanging dollar bills anymore. We're doing what do you call it? What is it called? God, I can't even think of what the heck. Because I do it like Cash App and all those kind of things. Okay, like Cash Apps and the other. I'm looking at the things that I use. And let's just say Cash App because I can't remember the other names of the other ones. But we're using those, right? So that's contactless, right? So you're making payments through that. A lot of people in hotels, you don't even go to the front desk anymore. You can do things. You can check in virtual, right? You already made your payment. Everything's virtual. You don't have to go to the front desk. And people actually prefer that, right? There's still some people, old school people, that they want to go have a conversation with people at the front desk because they don't think that they're looking at they're not looking at their requests and things like that. And a lot of times that is the case, right? Where we do that and we do that, and sometimes these comments or our requests go into some some unknown space or black hole, if you will, right? Where we don't get response to our request, or we never get the request, right? Like say if I put on my request when I make a hotel reservation that I want featherless pillows, or I want a pillow that has like a goose down a comforter or whatever. Those are requests that you can put in, right? Or I need a rollaway bed, or I need a crib in my room for my baby. Those are requests that you hope when you get to your room that's taken care of, right? So you can do that via online. You don't have to, call the front desk. You don't have to pick up the phone and call the front desk. These are things you can do prior to your arrival, right? So look for more of that. Look for more of the menu items or the menus to be QR codes, right? How many times we've gone to restaurants now, they say, and it's funny, depending on what they perceive your age is, they'll still ask you, hey, would you like a regular menu? Or, because the QR code little thing it's like a little table tent. It's on the table already, right? Once you get there. So you can take your phone and take a picture and it pops up, right? Well, there's still a lot of people that don't know that. They don't get it. They want a physical, menu, right? So that's contact service. Now, contactless would be the QR code, which QR codes have been around for years. It's just that they got heightened around or after the pandemic, right? But several years before that, that's when that stuff came out. And that stuff is cheaper, right? You can make changes on the fly on that stuff. You don't have to reprint all this stuff, which means it's printing and more paper. You're wasting paper, you're wasting ink, you're wasting all this kind of stuff. No, just do the contactless stuff, the QR code, and you're good. So look for more of that, or look for more restaurants to get away from the printed thing altogether. And depending on where you are, they won't even offer that as an option. I'm just telling you, okay? But sometimes they will look at you and like based on what they perceive your age to be, they go, oh, would you like a regular menu? I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't know who you think I am, but I don't need that. Thanks. But yeah, so look for more of the contactless services going on, okay? More personalized service. What does that mean? Let me look at that. Personalized service. Recognize hyper personalization. Where is that? This is already true for high-end boutique hotels, but is becoming increasingly important in the restaurant space as well. I just mentioned that. Data-driven insights play a pivotal role in tailoring experiences to individual preferences, enabling hotels and restaurants to enhance customer satisfaction, build brand loyalty, and grow revenue. So within the hotel space, loyalty is an issue, right? I mean, there's people that have been, say Marriott Rewards or Hilton Honors member, not Marriott Rewards, I mean Marriott Bonvoy. Dang, I'm kind of dating myself, huh? Bonvoy members for years, right? So they understand the thing where those are loyal customers. But there's this new, these new people coming on board. They're not really loyal to anything. They're loyal to maybe where they need to be, or maybe what the price is. That's what drives them, not necessarily the points and all that stuff. So hotels need to get into, in order to get more people that are brand loyal, they need to make sure they're offering personalized services, meaning the stuff that the thing that you're typing in when you're making your reservations or on your phone or however, they want to make sure those requests are being granted. If they're not going to get loyal customers. If they make a mistake, no one's going to come back to that brand anymore, or they'll just continue to bounce around like they do. So if I put in that I want, like I said, the goose down pillows or the featherless pillows, or however you want to do it, or I request turn down service, or I want a bottle of wine in my room, that kind of stuff, and I get there and it's not there, well, I'm trying to personalize my service, and part of me personalizing my service is you assisting me. If you don't do it, then why do I need to come here? Because the hotel that I stayed at last week did that. Okay, so that's where this whole brand loyalty comes in, where we need to make sure someone is manning the process or the system. Because a lot of times we can offer all these different things, but if no one, it's still only as good as the people that you have working for you, right? So if no one is manning that one computer in the back room, or the one phone in the back room, or the iPhone or whatever the heck you have that has all the messages that's coming on it, you're only as good as the people that you have, right? So if no one is doing that and say, okay, they need towels in this room, they need towels in that room, or they're looking for this stuff to be in the room before they even check into the room. All the stuff should be there. Like, I ordered this amenity. I want this cheese platter. I want it to be in the room. I'm checking in at 4. I want it there like 3:30, okay? Because I don't want any problems. I want it to be there. But if they check in and it's not there, then okay, how's that creating some brand loyalty? So just keep in mind that more personalized services are going to be not requested, demanded. And I don't care the type of hotel that you have, okay? So, because a lot of times it used to be limited to the full service, the 4 diamond hotels, the 5 diamond hotels. Well, now your middle of the road select service hotels are asking for the same stuff. It may not be as dramatic as, say, a 5 diamond hotel, but they still want their pillow, right? I don't like the blanket that you're putting in there. Give me a clean blanket. Give me one that's packaged already. People ask for that stuff because, believe me, well, I'm not going to get into it, but sometimes some of the blankets aren't what you think they are. Okay, so a lot of times savvy travelers know that, or at least they should know that I would ask for another blanket. Just FYI. So personalized services, that's what people are looking for. Okay, so that's all that means. The use of artificial intelligence, AI, right? I've been talking about AI for the last 3 or 4 months, right? I actually been using AI to promote Russell of Hotels, right? I've been doing like promos for this show or promos for I'm at this hotel, and it's not even me, right? Only thing is me. I type in the script. You see the avatar, like right now. You see this, this video, or right, of me, and you assume that it's me, right? Well, it is me today. But I can take the same video and make an avatar, and then all I got to do is type in a script, and then my mouth is moving, and you think it's me, but it's actually not me. The voice is kind of off, right? Because I sent it to like 10 people. I did this one thing. It was an AI thing, and I sent it to like 10 people. 8 people didn't know it was AI. Only 2 determined, like, that's not you because your voice is different. But hey, that's how it works. But yeah, so we're going to rely more, meaning hotel and hospitality industry is going to rely more on that, specifically like chatbots. So when you call say you call the 800 number, or you make a reservation online. You ever made a reservation online and then the little chat bot comes up at the bottom? Can I help you with something? It basically words pop up. Can I help you with something? Do you have any questions? That I can answer. You can type into the chat bot. Well, that's AI that's responding to frequently asked questions. Like, how do I get to your hotel from the 10 freeway? I'm going 10 west coming from Palm Springs, going into LA. So how do I get there? Okay, from the 10 east, from going 10 west, take, exit, National Boulevard, blah, 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 blah. It'll give you instructions. Well, those are frequently asked questions. No one's manning that. That's all computerized. That's AI. That's artificial intelligence, right? So some people think, oh, well, AI, I don't like it. It's not here yet. AI has been here, people. Wake up. Okay, snap out of it. AI has been here and AI is here to stay. Okay, so look at it when you're making your reservations. Even if it's a phone reservation, you're calling there, whatever it used to be called the 800 number. I'm not sure if it's still even 800 numbers anymore. But if you call and make a reservation, if you like to make a reservation, press 5. You know, if it's an existing reservation, press 1. If it's a new reservation, press 2. That's AI, right? It's triggered by whatever response you put in there. Sometimes you can put it, dial in something. Sometimes you can say, or after the tone, say number 1, 2, or 3. And you can say it. That's all AI. So AI has been here for a minute. I mean, your banking system, it's AI. All that stuff is AI. Okay, so there you go. So if you didn't think it was here, it's here. It's been here. Okay, it ain't going nowhere. All right. So, but anyway, so there you go. Boom. So yeah, so those are the things that I want to talk about today. But I mean, I got other stuff. Don't worry about it. So what do I do? So people will ask me like, okay, Russell, you do, you're on this show, you're here talking a lot. So what the heck do you do? Okay, there's a couple things I do, and always make sure you let people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. That's it. You know how people say, oh, that elevator pitch. Oh, you got to have your elevator pitch. You go you get in the elevator with 10 people, and everyone needs to find out who they are before they get out the elevator, right? So like, oh, I'm Russell of Hotels, and okay, what do you do? I do hotel site selection. How does that help me? Well, if you work for a company or organization, I assist you with finding that right hotel for your retreat, your convention, your conference, or whatever. So my job is to create the RFP for you and all those responses. Eventually, those responses get back to you. So, but I'm the first line of contact. I create the RFP. I send it to my CVB partner, who sends it to my hotel partner, who then sends the proposal back to me. Once I get it, I compile the information and I send it to my client, and we can sit here and talk about why I would choose this hotel, or if you have questions about which hotels and how I think will be best for your program, that's what I'm here to do. So, and I help with the contract negotiations and all that kind of stuff, right? So there you go. So that's who I am, what I do, and how I can help, right? That basically, how can I help? It takes that duty off of your desk. Whatever that job was, it takes it off your desk. I help you find that hotel for your, like I said, your meeting, your conference, your retreat, your convention, right? So that's my job, right? So there you go. So I just threw that out there. But I also do content creating as well. Only AI I like is Allen Iverson. There's always one, right? Thank you, Chito. I appreciate that. And I know that's you. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna throw that on Valerie. Okay, so I know that's you. So thank you, Chito. I appreciate that. Appreciate the comments and the love and the support over the years. So AI, yeah, the only AI we knew for a long time was Allen Iverson, right? But now artificial intelligence. Hey, Janie Parrish, that's cousin. What's going on, lady? Hope you guys are well. See, Facebook is showing out today. So I got all these people from Facebook. I don't see anybody from LinkedIn. I don't see anybody from X. I don't see anybody from these other these other platforms. So, okay, so Facebook, thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. So yeah, so content creating as well. I mean, this is creating content, right? So it's creating content for me today, right? So it's all about Russell of Hotels, right? Things that I do, things that I'm talking about. Normally, if this was, I took some time off from posting things about hotels for the last 3 weeks, right? So the last 2 or 3 weeks, I haven't posted anything about hotels that I've been to, because I'm, going into the next year, I want some newer hotels to so I can show you those things. So we can talk about, this particular hotel, or I can be live from that hotel. So right now, I'm just talking about, all the things that I do as a brand, Russell of Hotels, right? So, but content creating for hotels and CVBs, hotel site selection for companies and organizations that need that, even individuals, right? So those are things that I do. So it's all about me trying to let people know who I am, what I do, and how I can help, right? But definitely, I'm here. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't able to help hotels, right? Because that's the passion, right? Helping hotels get noticed or be noticed, or showing off their brand, and that's what I do, right? And I do it pretty darn well, right? Showing off your brand. I probably do it better than a lot of hotels do, but don't tell anybody I said that though. But yeah, but I'm the brand who helps your brand stay noticed. Boom, there you go. In a nutshell, I just said it. And then Janie says Capricorn's in the house. Yeah, yes, a couple of days ago was my birthday. Not that I even talk about it, but thank you. Boom. Yeah, I'm a Capricorn. So, okay, next. Next. I only got 15 minutes. See, I'd said this was gonna last. This wasn't gonna last long. I'm sitting here rambling and all that. Who's your best advocate? If you guys don't know the answer to that, I hate it for you, right? But no, you are your best advocate. You have to be the cheerleader, right? So for my brand, Russell of Hotels, I have to be the one that's on here, talking about who I am, what I do, and how I can help, right? So you have to be the one with the pom poms. Hey, hey, hey. You got to be the one doing all that stuff. Oh, tomorrow's your birthday. Oh, happy birthday, JD, tomorrow. Okay. I'll make sure I, throw some on Facebook. Okay. So, well, yeah, thanks for telling me that. Well, I know I would see it tomorrow, right? But okay, but happy birthday tomorrow. Miss Janie Parrish. She's from the B town. She's from Blythe, right? So she's cousin, she's family. So there you go. Uh-oh. I see Miss Sherry Hatchett. She's from Blythe too. The people from Blythe representing today. Okay. Hey, how was you went to a hotel? I can't even remember where it was now. Oh, it was Sedona. How was the hotel in Sedona? What hotel was it, and how was your experience? Because she had called me and asked me about a hotel that I refer or recommend in Sedona, and I'm interested to know where she stayed and how it was. So, Miss Sherry Hatchett, please let me know. Because I always love feedback, right? It's all about feedback. Sedona was great. Give me the hotel you stayed in, please. So yeah, Sedona. I hate to say this. No, I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna say something about Sedona. I've never been there. I have never been there. But I have. This is the thing. I meet so many people, right? And Sedona is one of the places that probably this year, every show that I've attended, there's always someone there from Sedona, and I always make it a point to meet with them because there's quite a few little hotels and boutique hotels in Sedona that are great, but I've only seen them from what they've shown me or what other people talk about. So, but because I haven't put a group there yet, I haven't, I've pushed some groups to go there, but they end up choosing other destinations, which happens a lot, right? So, but I've never been there, right? But I know how beautiful it is just from the photos. All right, that's all I'm going off of, right? So, stay at the Marriott. Okay, see, I think I referred to, was it the Hilton I referred or whatever? But the Marriott is fine. I mean, the Marriott. Can you go wrong with a Marriott hotel or a Hilton? Can you really go wrong? Probably not. So, it's so good. So I'm glad you had a great time. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So next time I meet with someone from Sedona, I will say, hey, my cousin stayed at the Marriott. She said it was great. So there you go. All right. So no, thank you so much, Sherry. Appreciate that. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. So who's your best brand advocate? You are your best brand advocate, like I said. So make sure that you're the one that, you got to let people know, especially if you're like in sales, right? You got to let people know who you are, what you do, and how you can help. And you definitely need to let people know who you work for. Okay, because people want to be excited about you and what you do, right? So in order for them to do that, you got to show some enthusiasm and excitement. So if I didn't do this show, you'd probably like, well, what the hell is Russell doing? Is he still around? You know what I mean? So those are the reasons why I do what I do. These are the reasons why I do these Facebook, the lives, and well, not just on Facebook, but I broadcast on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, IG. So those are the reasons why, because I want first I want people to know what I do. Two, I want people to know how excited I am about this brand I created, Russell of Hotels. And then three, I want people to know exactly what I do and the hotels that I can represent. I can represent any hotel, right? So my job is to represent you, the client, right, to these hotels. So that's what I do. And I do this internationally, right? It's not just here in California and Los Angeles. It's throughout the world. Last year I did Italy and Greece. And guess what? I've never been to Italy and Greece before either. But that doesn't stop you because then you're relying on people that have been there, right? So I have enough people that I work with, that I'm colleagues with, that I can contact and say, hey, I have this group coming up in Italy. What hotels do you recommend? Because I understand you've done some things in Rome, and then they come back like, hey, yeah, I did. Oh, this hotel was great. You want to talk to this person? And I say, okay, what about the contracts? Because the contracts are a little different from how they are in the States. Oh, yes, you want to make sure you do. I'll send you a sample one. This is what it looks like. That's how I'm able to book in another country without me actually being there, right? Because I have enough colleagues, enough contacts with colleagues or friends or whatever that will let me know this stuff. So there you go. So don't ever let things get in your way of you doing your job, right, or doing your business, right? There's always a workaround, if you will. Okay, so it's all about, but you got to be out and let people know who you are, and you got to be your best brand advocate. So I said all that to say you got to be your best brand advocate. You got to be the one that's doing all the cheer. You got to be the head cheerleader. Okay. You got to be with the big pom poms. All right. You just got to do it. What are you doing to keep your brand relevant? Okay. What do I do? I do a lot of things, but as far as social media, you guys know this is why I'm here, right? So you got to be consistent, right? So what do you do? How do I increase my social media engagement? How do I let people know who I am, what I do, and how I can help them? Social media, right? So, but you got to be consistent. So regardless of how you use, what product or what services you're using, what platform you're using, you got to be consistent. Meaning you got to do it more than one time, right? I do this 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Okay. So consistency is the key. Adding value, making sure you're adding value to someone, right? So, I just talked about Sherry Hatchett, my cousin, just mentioned that she was in Sedona. Well, I actually asked, right, because I remember the last conversation I had with her. Her and her husband were going to Sedona. So, and she asked me about a hotel. I threw out one out there. Well, she chose another, which is great, right? But now she's telling me that she had a great time. Sedona was great as a destination. They stayed at the Marriott, had a great time there. Boom, there you go. So hopefully that adds value to someone else that may be on the fence about going to Sedona. Like, oh my God, Russell's cousin went to Sedona. She said it was great. She stayed at the Marriott. Boom, there you go. So that added value to somebody, right? And then the last thing is be authentic. So be you. Don't try to be someone else, right? If I was trying to be, someone else, that wouldn't work, right? So just be you. If you're being silly, then be silly, okay? Um, and don't try to make sure things are so perfect, right? That's the thing that gets me with social media. I'll try to bring people on, like I'll collaborate with a lot of people, right? The people that don't have to put on airs to come on, right? So a lot of people will say, "Oh, I don't look well. I'm not dressed right. I'm not this. I'm not that." I ain't got time for that, right? Because be authentic. Don't be fake, right? Just come on and talk about, because believe me, the stuff that you know, the knowledge that you have, the excitement you have about talking about your brand or a hotel or whatever, it's going to outweigh anything that you have on. Okay, people are not going to be worried about. You know what? Russell was talking about the Hotel Sedona, and he was wearing a bow tie, with no shirt on. You know what I mean? Well, that ain't gonna ever happen. But I'm just using it as an example. Probably a bad example. But just be you, okay, is what I'm trying to say. Be real, be you. Don't try to be someone else. Don't be fake, because people will read through it. They'll see through it. Even on social media, they will see through it, right? So, because everything on social media ain't all that glitters is not gold. You hear that? You hear that before? So everything that you see on social media is not real. But one thing I can say about me, I'm the same, and you can ask anybody that's on here that knows me. The same way I am in real life is the same way I am here. Okay, so just be you. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. I got 6 minutes, and use various platforms. So don't just use one platform. As I mentioned earlier, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, IG, and X. Those are five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. Those are the 6 platforms that I use. Okay, so I may do one video, but I post different things on all of those. So I may use the same video and post them on these other platforms as well. So just one time I'm doing this, but I'm posting on 6 things. There you go. Because you got to get more bang for your buck. And if you only use one platform, you're only going to get what you get, right? My cousin is a real deal. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be. Thank you so much. See, that's what I like. See the comments I can put there. So it's not about me just saying stuff. Oh, this person said this about me. This person, no, it's right there. I didn't say it. She did. Janie said that, right? So feel free to make your comments. I appreciate. Did I put Sherry's comment on there? Okay, she stayed at the Marriott in Sedona, and then she said Sedona was great. Okay, so I want to make sure I put that one up there too. I think I put it up there already, but so what if I put it up there one more time? It's okay. She said Sedona was great. So hey, so if you haven't got your Sedona on, you need to go check out Sedona. Okay, go. Sherry Hatchett said it was great. Okay, there you go. Boom. Okay, so who's hiring? Real quick. Who's hiring? I just have a couple. Sheraton 4 Points and Culver City, they're looking for a director of sales. And these are in the greater Los Angeles area, which Culver City is. That's actually down the street from my house, right? So I probably can walk there, right? But anyway, Sheraton 4 Points is looking for a director of sales. Sage Hospitality, they're looking for an area director of revenue. That's the person that sets the rates and everything, make sure the hotel's making as much money as they can. That's in downtown Los Angeles. And then there's a dual brand property. It's the Aloft and Fairfield Inn at El Segundo. They're looking for an area director of sales. I guess director of sales to sell both of those properties. And I think they have one more in the area. But this is at the Aloft / Fairfield Inn at the airport area. So cool. So let's see. Yeah, we're almost done. I've got 3 minutes left. See, I'm working today. So okay, I always end the show, close to ending the show, with the 3 P's. Russell of Hotels, 3 P's. So passion, purpose, passion, and perseverance. Purpose. Know why you do what you do. I do this because I want people like this to come on and talk about their experiences, right? So I talk about my experiences, within the hotel space. And, the things that I do, of course, I do hotel site selection and content creating for hotels and things like that. The hotel site selection comes in with Sherry. Okay, so Sherry would ask me questions about, different hotels in different cities or different destinations, right? Well, I particularly put groups, 10 rooms or more, in these destinations, right? But it's nothing for me to, do it for an individual or at least answer a question, right? So I try to be a resource, right? So for the most part, I'm a resource, right? That's why I do what I do. I've amassed all this experience with hotels and CVBs and selling and all this kind of stuff. So I'm able to understand the process that you would go through to, book your room or to book a group or the contract negotiation or the pricing or the food or the meeting itself, all those kind of things. I know how to do that, right? So that's the purpose, because I don't want you to have to go through it. Just call me and I'll help you with that stuff, right? So that's the purpose. And of course, this show lets you know what I do, right? So just in case you did not know, so it's not for the people that know what I do. It's for the people that don't know what I do. Does that make sense, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna continue to do this because there's always someone that has not seen it. Somebody that doesn't know me, and somebody that doesn't know what I do. So I'm gonna be doing this to the end of time. Okay, so bottom line, right? So so that's the purpose. Passion, either you have it or you don't. So if you don't have passion for what you do, guess what you should do? Go do something else. Okay. And then perseverance. Be consistent, continue to evolve, don't give up, and swerve when you need to. Now, on air with Russell of Hotels, we don't pivot. Everybody's pivoting, right? No, we swerve, right? So what's the difference between pivoting and swerving? Okay, pivoting, you see something in the horizon and you're driving towards it, right? And you go right through it and you get stuck. And you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Well, I have to pivot. I got to, now I'm in this crap. Now I got to move around and pivot and see which way I'm going to go next. Well, swerving, you see that same thing in the horizon, but instead of going through it, you go around it. You swerve around it. You avoid it. Okay, that's the difference between pivoting and swerving. So I don't pivot, I swerve. Okay, there you go. So boom, there you go. Drop the mic. I'm out of here. So so there you go. So that's it. Let's see. JD says, appreciate your input and references. No, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Janie. Appreciate all your comments today. And I just appreciate the love. Appreciate people coming on and making comments. And even if you don't come on the live, I do appreciate people that watch it and, and make comments later. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to end it with my quote. I always do this quote, especially for people that travel or people that are on the fence to travel, especially if you're traveling like internationally. Okay, travel will educate you about people, places, and culture if you allow it to. Although we may be different in our looks and beliefs, we all want the same thing: to be appreciated and respected for our differences. And that's a quote that I came up with. I didn't get this out of a book. I came up with this quote. Okay, so it's about to me, it's about I think if more people travel, and that's not just you don't have to travel out of the country. Yeah, I've traveled out of the country, yeah, a few times, right? But even locally, or within other states, because there's 50 states here, right? 50 different destinations with different attitudes, different everything, right? But if we don't learn about how to tolerate different things, because bottom line, we're not gonna like everybody, and everybody ain't gonna like us, okay? But the key for me is respecting the differences, respecting people as people, and understanding their differences, okay? Understanding our differences, because we're all different, because we all come from different places. But that's okay. But that's what makes this world the way it is, right? Because if everybody was the same, then what fun would that be? Yeah, we got some idiots out there. Okay, that's fine. We got people doing their own thing, crazy. Okay, I got that. But just respect people, their differences and their culture, especially their cultural differences, right? Because everybody's culture is not the same. We don't all eat the same thing. But I love experiencing the culture from food, from the viewpoint of food, right? I love that, right? So I don't have hangups about what I try. Well, only hangups I have is that I don't eat meat. Okay, that's it. That's the only hangup I have. But I'm gonna try anything that's non-meat eats. I don't care where it comes from, where I am. I'm gonna try it because I know it's different, right? And I appreciate the differences of people. I appreciate people's cultures and things like that. I grew up in Blythe, right? It wasn't the same culture. We had all kind of cultures there, at least two or three, right? But I embraced all of them, right? And that's good. That's what makes people who they are, right? So there you go. We got so many darn hangups, boy. Just whew, everybody ain't gonna like you, and you ain't gonna like everybody. Okay, that's just it, right? So just deal with it and keep it moving, people. So anyway, so that's it. So I want to just put these last two comments on here. Thank you so much, Janie. Appreciate your input and references. No, thank you. I'm always here to answer questions and to be a resource. So that's what I do. She says, amen, I guess, to the comments that I throw out there. So, and then this is it. So if you guys don't follow me on LinkedIn, IG, YouTube, please make sure you do so. Russell Edmond, Russell Edmond, or at Russell of Hotels, one of the two. You can go to my website, russellofhotels.com. You can get all the information about me. And if you want to reach out to me, my email is there, and my phone number is there too. So if anyone ever said, "Oh, I try to get a hold of that Russell," he done. No, you didn't. I can't find you. No, you can't. You can, because I'm just giving you all the. I'm putting you on game, right? So if you want to get a hold of me, just call me. That's okay. Just don't be talking crazy. Or email me. I respond to all that stuff. Or DM me, slide into my DMs, or whatever, instant message, whatever. If you want to get a hold of me, you can. If you have questions about some of the stuff I talked about, or all the stuff I talked about, or maybe even someone wants to get started on a podcast or do a show like this, call me. I mean, I damn near self-taught, right? So I had a different journey to where I am, but yeah. So I mean, there's several different options to get started doing these kind of things. But all you gotta do is just want to do it, and I can set you up, or at least push you in the right direction to do that. So anyway, that is it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys join in. This show goes on every Tuesday. This is On Air with Russell of Hotels. Thank you guys so much. I also do a daily check-in. It's called Daily Check-in with Russell of Hotels. I talk about, and that one only goes about 15, 20 minutes, okay? This thing is about an hour. I'm actually over an hour right now, but that's okay. But, so I'm going to be here, right? I'm on, like I said, all these different platforms. So if you don't see me on Facebook, you can see me on LinkedIn. You can see me on YouTube. You can see me on TikTok, IG, and X. So until tomorrow, when I do the daily check-in, you guys have a great day and peace.
Thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. Please tune in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. as we talk to other hospitality professionals. Your feedback is important to Russell. Feel free to email him at russell@russellofhotels.com with any questions or suggestions. Until next time, try not to be a person of success. Rather, become a person of great value.